What's up, guys? We're back here again today. Got another quick comparison build, initial thoughts, and something I wish I would have had a while back. So we're looking at the Orchid V3 and 4 side by side. These are both from Fasttech. SKUs are right there in your face right now, so you can compare the two. I didn't pick the crappy ones, and these have held up. They're basically identical, except the one on the right, I purchased it with the top fill K-Fun cap, and I'm telling you, this thing is what you need. If you have an Orchid and you're mad at it, or you're pissed off because it's not filling properly, or you're wasting juice, get this, man. Oh my god, it's a lifesaver. I can't explain to you, like, oh, okay, we'll get into that. I'm going to do a build on the V4 here today, take you through that. We'll go through this top fill cap, and basically that's it, and I'll go through the cons, which are very few. So I've had the V3 for a while. I loved it. My only gripe was the fact that it didn't carry enough juice. Well, the V4 solves that. Depending on the build, it can last you anywhere from some vapors a day and a half, 2 days, to someone like me who's running a 0.25 dual coil in there. It'll chug the juice back pretty fast. So let's get into it. There's really no difference between the two in build. It comes with the same drip tip, same cap. The only difference is these are a little bit bigger on the V3, and the chimneys, obviously. So it would be nice if they just sold an upgrade kit for the V3, because really that's all that's needed. If they would sell just these two pieces, or an extended tank section and an extended chimney, that's all a person would need if they had the V3 to upgrade it. Right? So, just a thought. Fasttech. Anyway, build decks, really no difference at all. They look identical to me. They feel the same. Same bottom fill screw on both. I lost a screw, I just had to replace it. But other than that, there's no difference at all. So I'm going to clear this one off, and I'm going to do a quick build on this to show you how I like to build my Orchid, in case you're interested or you're new, just getting it for the first time. And I'll give you the rundown of this cap. Okay, nice close-up shot here. Wanted to show you the cap. So this comes in two pieces. Screws together. It's got two O-rings on the top, which are two different holes in the top, which is perfect because it needs to be able to vent the air out as you're filling it. That was the whole problem with the Orchid. If they would have put two screws in the bottom, it would have solved that problem. There would have been somewhere for the air to go. But when you're trying to fill it up, it's a sealed system. It's ridiculous. That's the only gripe. Like, it's a little bit of a bitch to fill, and you can leak with it. If you buy this $4 cap, oh, what a difference it does make. And it looks like it's made for it, to be honest. It comes with the red O-rings, which a lot of people don't like. However, I've had no problems with these. These are actually pretty good ones. I did swap the one in the middle here, as you can see with the black. This was the original O-ring that came from the Orchid. There's another one in there now, but it comes with spares, right? Actually, where is that box? I'll show you everything that this comes with. Okay, just slide everything back a bit. Comes in the standard atomizer series box. Fasttech is known for. It does include Canthal. I'd say that's probably a 32, maybe a 30, and your little bag of goodies, which it does include new screws, a spare one for the bottom in case you'll lose it, as well as for the build deck, O-rings, some tiny little O-rings, which I guess that would be good for that top fill cap. Interesting. Anyway, I don't use this blue screwdrivers, and I really recommend you get a proper screwdriver, something you can torque on a little bit. Even something like this. You know, it's a small little screwdriver. It's dirty as heck, but it works good because I can put some torque on it. With these little things, guys that complain, oh, the screws are so small, I strip them out. Well, the reason is you're using your little blue screwdriver. Get a proper screwdriver and you won't strip your screws. Okay, so I'm just going to build a simple dual coil. I'm not going to be using this, obviously. I usually just keep all my O-rings in a box and pillage out what I need when I need them. So it's a pretty straightforward build. I am going to be using my jig, which is from Fasttech. Comes with, I don't know, 8 or so different, 6 I guess, different bits. So we'll get that going. I'm aiming for probably a 0.35 build, I guess. Okay, I try and keep this as simple as possible, so not wasting your guys' time. So I cut 2 pieces of Kanthal. This is nichrome actually, both 6 inches long each. It's this stuff here from Fasttech. This is 27 gauge. But yeah, pretty straightforward. I don't really care if it's a little tiny bit kinked. It was the end of the roll. Doesn't bother me none. So I'm going to use this jig, which I'm not too happy with. It's nice. It's got a nice bit assortment, but both of the screws or whatever that hold this bit in and the Kanthal down both broke within a matter of a couple days. Here they are here. They're plastic. So they just broke off. It fell on the floor and it snapped right off. And then I had to drill it out to get the plastic thing out. And then I just put a couple spare screws in, which is an option. You could just do that at the beginning. So I guess it's not that bad once you fix it. And just to give you an idea for those who don't know, it's a good idea to size the coils accordingly. You don't have a lot of room on this build deck once you put the chimney over the top, right? And you can't have your coils touching. So I just did a quick 6 wrap. And it's going to go directly over the air hole, and you don't want it touching that plastic there. I actually took a razor blade, you can see there, and I cut it off a little bit on both sides, just so that the coils don't really touch it. You don't want to smoke that plastic, obviously. So make sure that you're avoiding that. As with any mod, it's the same thing, or any atomizer, they have that. Delrin insulator, they have to. Yeah, so I'm just going to build a second coil, get them in there, and re-wick it. It's pretty simple with this mod having the this atomizer having the 4-post build deck. Makes it really easy to build. I'm going to be using rayon cotton, once again, actually Cellu cotton. And that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, this is what I like to call a speed build. I'm not going to take you through all the little... If you don't know how to build an atomizer, I advise you to go look at another video. So just one coil in there, real simple. Lift it up a little bit off there, and I'm on to the second one. Not going to waste your guys' time with all this stuff, right? So I'm just going to get the second one in, and we'll wick it up and slap it all back together. Okay, so there it is all wrapped up. I'll throw it on the resistance tester and we'll see what we got. I just did 6 wraps, 27 gauge A1 nichrome. Comes out like this, right over the air holes. Straighten them out with my just a bit actually out of my build jig here. So let's see what we got. This is dry. I haven't burnt it in yet either, so I'm just going to show you guys how much this changes. Like anything though, really, right? So 0.31. Burn it in, probably 0.35. What did I say? 0.3, 0.35 is what I wanted. So I bet you this will come out right around 0.35. Okay, let's bring the camera in here and burn these coils in real quick. Holy man, I guess I can't zoom here. Just 1 second. Okay, there she is. So about 25 watts on the IPV. Let's see what she does here. Oh, pretty even. So right now you get them to a nice glow and squash them. I just popped that one? I did. I just popped a coil. So a little too hot on that one. It goes to show. Got a little overzealous. Looked like that wire on the top was touching the other wire. That's all it takes sometimes, right? So lesson learned. This one's fine. So I'll just go ahead and wrap one more coil real quick. Okay, take 2. Got it all built. Evenly heating. 15, 20 watts. Sorry, now 18 watts, 17.2. So now I'll crank it up. I like it around 20, 25 watts. 25 usually, and it gives a nice good vape. Quick puffs, you don't gotta hit it for 10 seconds. And it's nice, thick, dense mouthfuls. You can pull lungs. I like it, like if you throw one of these kind of caps on there with the palm, with the airflow, you can dilute the smoke down a bit and get way bigger clouds if that's your thing. Okay, again I'm using Cellucott, and I get it big giant box. Just 2 little pieces. It works great. It's all perfectly straight. I love this stuff. I don't know, it gives good flavors. Some people hate it. I don't know. I don't know why people bought hate on it for it. Maybe because they had too much of a pile of Japanese they had to sell, so who knows, right? So that's the thing with the Orchid. If you wick it properly, it's going to work great. Okay, there she is, wicked out. Pretty straightforward. Looks like a fake Santa Claus beard. So I'm going to clip it off now. And the thing is with the Orchid, you have to clip it pretty tight because you have to fit the chimney over. But you don't want to take so much that the juice just pisses in there. Now if you're using a thinner juice, this should dictate how much you leave. I personally run a fairly thick VG heavy juice. But if you're running PG heavy juice, you might want to leave just a little bit extra wicking material. Okay, so you can see I gave her a bit of a manicure here. Bit of a haircut. So it's pretty short. Now I kind of cut it flush with the sides of the atomizer and just kind of go up. And then just, remember I haven't saturated this at all with e-juice. It will shrink up quite a bit. And it's all personal taste, right? You have to kind of do it a couple times. But I'd say that's about the right amount. If I have any issues later trying to fit the chimney on, I will trim just a little bit off. So now I'm going to saturate this. Okay, so I just want to show something here. Even though I've got this on, I can screw this down now, it'll be fine. You can see the I can screw this down now and you would be fine. You can see the channels there, they're kind of full of wicking material. That's kind of the most you want. If I pull that off, I got quite a bit of cotton in there. So this will work quite good. Make sure that you saturate it first. Before you put it together, you must fire it. Don't get it all together and get 4 mils of juice in the damn thing and figure you only got 1 coil working. Okay, and there it is, as if on cue. Of course, 1 coil wasn't firing. I want to mention, you can see, sorry about the side angle here guys, from the air hole to that coil, you need to lift it up. If you don't do it now, you will not have proper airflow once you screw it all together. You need some air to be able to move around. If you have it flat and squashed right on top of that air hole, it's going to limit your airflow big time. So just lift them up, you know, maybe a mil or 2, that's all it takes. And then I kind of pack all the wicking material down around the edges so that when you do put the cap on, it kind of forces it into the trenches and you're good to go. Okay, now we're just going to screw it all together real quick and I'll fill it for you and show you how easy it is. So I just got to put the tank section on. I didn't pull it apart, but it is 3 pieces, right? It is a PC tank. I really hope they put out a glass piece for it, but I highly doubt it, as most glass pieces run on O-rings. They don't have threads on them. So I'll thread that on. Pretty straightforward. This is the old cap and this is the new cap. So you can even fill it without taking the whole cap right off. Straightforward. So the SKU number for this is also, I'll be on your screen right now for the top fill cap. It looks really nice. Like when you put the only thing I did notice is that O-ring is a little tight and it's perfect. Love it. So there is the whole deal stood up with the K-Fun cap on it. I think it looks really sharp. Almost like it was made for it with the drip tip, right? It's perfect. This is what this thing needs. With this, you're laughing. This was the one gripe, missing feature about it. So let's fill it up and I'll show you how damn easy this is. And it doesn't leak. Like remember, this is the first time I'm filling it. So I might get a little bit, tiny bit, but I highly doubt it. So it has a double seal there, right? So you just take the top off and you'll see the 2 holes. Taking some of my homemade juice today. Hopefully maybe we'll start producing this one of these days. And just start pumping her in. You can see it saturating around the hole there. And glug, 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 glug. And she's full. That bubble out of there. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. It'll take 4 mils, it says. So that's full, and as you can see, there's no e-juice coming out the bottom holes, none of that. And now when I screw this top on, because of the way it's designed, it's not going to pressurize all that juice in. Beautiful, done. So I'll throw that up onto the IPv3 and give it a chug. Ooh. I gotta say, it's at 27 watts. Vape's nice dense flavor. It's a good one. I love my Orchid, so I hope this video helps, guys. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me. We got lots more to come. Any reviews you'd like to see, products you're waiting on, stuff you want to hear about, let me know. Hit the discussions page, throw me an email. Love to hear from you guys. Alright, we'll see you again soon.